Okay, so on to the next track in Sonia's Harmonic Rabbit Hole series, man. This one over here is Deep Purple. Apparently I am going to be getting educated on Deep Purple. I don't know this band. I don't know anything about this artist at all, or these artists at all. So this is Smoke on the Water. There is a message over here from Sonia, which says, Smoke on the Water was released in 1971. Ian Gillan wrote the lyrics after the band witnessed a fire during the Frank Zappa concert at the casino in Montreux, Switzerland. The smoke on the water was the smoke over the Lake Geneva. Someone in the audience had fired a flare towards the ceiling. You can always trust someone to be an idiot in those kind of events. But alright, okay, cool. I'm very excited to actually hear. I think we did one Deep Purple song before in the last series, but now we're doing another one now. So let's rock and roll, man. Let's see what we've got over here. So, complete transparency over here, I do know this melody over here. I do know this melody. Obviously, this is not a song that has ever been on my playlist, that we ever reacted to, or that I've ever listened to intimately. But I have heard this before. I think it's been in films quite a lot of the time, right? I've heard this in movies before, 100%. Let's go. That's where it actually says that someone stupid with a flare gun turned the place to the ground. Who even has a flare gun? Like, who goes with a flare gun to a concert? Which is just absolutely ridiculous. This sounds to me like absolute pure American rock, right? That old school American rock. Do you know what I mean? Cocaine, drugs, hookers. That's the kind of rock this sounds to me like. Burn the place to the ground. Smoke on the water, brighter than the sky. Smoke on the water. It actually just goes to show you how instrumentation can actually stand out in time, because I didn't know anything about this song. I didn't know that this song was even about that, where, you know, they burnt down a whole auditorium or whatever it was. And then the song's literally about the smoke over the water in the Lake Geneva. But just that instrumentation, how many times, and I'll tell you exactly where I've heard it. So I've heard it mainly in like military movies, right? Where dan, 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 dan. That's like literally military movies when like they're literally starting to mobilize to go to war and things like that, right? So it's crazy because I've never looked into the lyrics of this. I've never heard this song like intimately, but yet like I know it and it sticks out in time. It's like it's so pronounced the moment you hear it again. It's actually it's crazy how some pieces do that.
They burned down the gambling house. It died with an awful
it was an auditorium.
Was running in and out, pulling kids out the ground. When it all was over, we had to find another place. Swiss time was running out. It seemed that we would lose the race. Smoke on the water, a fire in the sky. Smoke on the water.
I really like the instrumentation in this. Like, this is like a really, really cool instrumentation. In the 70s, man, they made some artistry in the 70s was something special, specifically when it came to music and movies. That's when they were really playing with great ideas, and they were getting creative and innovative with the arts in the 70s. In the 70s, more specifically in the music and the film industry, some of the most incredible films came out in the 70s. Some of the most incredible music came out in the 70s. The art industry was literally on complete overdrive. It was ridiculous. I like the way they're actually just telling the story of this incident. Like, it's such a simple little story, right? But I like the fact that they're telling the story. And this is what I really liked about artists back in the day, is that they created what's now considered cliche, where you would just sing about something completely and utterly random. And even though today we don't do that, today we follow down like very like cliched sort of music genres, whether it be a love song, whether it be a rap song, whether it be like rap songs are all flexing, or now there's the political rap where everything's political, and you get the political artists that are just pushing out the political talk ad nauseum, all right? But there's no creativity in the sense of actually picking out something. So like, yes, the political thing, but they're almost like it's so reductionist to a certain degree, where it's like it's simplified and it's reductionist, and it's almost like taking taglines that they've read somewhere and then they literally put it into, we've heard this 1,000 times from everywhere and everybody knows it, and yes, we get it, right? But no one takes like a particular point, like, you actually find a particular story to tell and actually just tell that story in a song. You know what I mean? Not many people do that anymore. And it's one thing that I really appreciate. Like, this over here might seem like it's pretty like simple. Smoke on the water, Lake Geneva, because a casino burned to the ground, because a fan burned the casino to the ground with a flare gun. You know what I mean? That's a cool little story. It's a story we never knew what actually happened in that fire, kind of thing. It's like people don't really look deeper. They just try to do this like one-dimensional music today, right? Where it's not actually storytelling with a beat on it. It's just literally, it's almost like it's already predefined, and it seems sort of clinical and with no ingenuity at all. So I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think down in the comment section.
Making our music there with a few red lights, a few old beds. We made a place to sweat. No matter what, we get out of this. I know we'll never forget. Smoke on the water, a fire in the sky. Smoke on the water.
See, and even that way to actually look at it in terms of like smoke on the water, you know, to use that to describe the whole event, like the smoke on the water, Geneva. And I mean, that kind of would be a spectacle, you know, to see that smoke rolling across the water. But like they could have easily called it burning money. I mean, they burnt down a casino. You know what I mean? They could have said burning money could have been something else. But they took like a completely obscure part of that entire story and decided to like, you know, smoke on the water, because it's when everything burnt down, the smoke rolled in. So there must have been like, you immediately tend to think is like, what must that have looked like? Like, why smoke in the water? You know what I mean? What must that have looked like on the actual waters? Essentially, for them to have gone with that title. And that's what I really loved about what they did back then. You know, they really got you to really think, and they painted pictures, and, you know, they were great. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going on a rant unnecessarily, but that's how I feel about the music industry.
Smoke on the water.
Very cool. Very cool, man. Very cool. I actually really like that song, and what I loved about it is that I didn't actually know the story, right? And now actually listening to the song with the story actually gives you a whole different meaning to the song. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely love that. Let's get on to the next one. I'll catch you soon. Peace.